A new exhibit in Grand Rapids opened today at the Gerald Ford Presidential Library and Museum. The ribbon-cutting ceremony is for a new exhibit about Betty Ford and her breast cancer journey. That's where we find 13 on your side's Elena Holland now, live outside the museum with a look inside. Elena.
Hey, Julia. So 50 years ago, Betty Ford was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she changed the way that the American people viewed the disease. She brought so much awareness to it, in fact, that she created something called the Betty Blip, which was a surge in people getting screenings and mammograms and finding out any early detection. Now today, an exhibit opened up inside the Ford Presidential Museum highlighting her journey and her impact. Take a look.
It was a word you didn't hear often.
Breast was something that you wouldn't say on television. People often didn't say they had breast cancer. They would use other euphemisms to talk about the disease.
But in 1974, First Lady Betty Ford was diagnosed with breast cancer just 6 weeks into her husband's presidency.
The fact that she chose to go public with her diagnosis and talk about it was really groundbreaking.
Betty Ford was not only learning about her own journey with breast cancer, but helping women across the country as well.
So the American public was learning more about breast cancer in real time as Betty experienced her diagnosis, her surgery, and her recovery.
In fact, it started the Betty Blip. The phenomenon, which the exhibit is named for, was a surge in breast cancer screenings, mammograms, and early detection after Betty's diagnosis.
When she became First Lady, it wasn't something that she had ever sought or thought that would happen to her, but she knew that she wanted to change the world if she could.
The Betty Blip, Betty Ford's battle against breast cancer, showcases items surrounding her journey.
A beanie baby, which was left at the museum after Betty Ford's death with the breast cancer ribbons on it, indicating the long-reaching impact of her actions.
And shows the impact Betty Ford had on the health of American women.
It's really emotional reading the letters that the American public sent to Betty Ford. People sent her all sorts of letters, from children writing in and wishing her a speedy recovery, talking about how their own mothers had been diagnosed with breast cancer and that they hoped Betty could be brave like their mothers, to women talking about their own experiences with breast cancer.
And as you already saw, that ribbon cutting was today, so the exhibit is now open and you do have some time to check it out. It runs until April 13th. For now, live in Grand Rapids, Elena Holland, 13 on your side.